Bonjour, my name is Susan Michon, and I am your Online Academy French 1 teacher for this semester. I'm really excited to get to know you all and start learning some French together. Quickly, a little about me. I'm new to the district this year. Previously, I was in Harrisonville at Harrisonville High School. I taught French 1, 2, 3, and 4. And here I am with some students that I took to Switzerland and France last year from Harrisonville. It was a lot of fun. Backing up a little bit, I got my undergrad degree in French from Bethany College in West Virginia. I actually chose Bethany because, in large part, because they had a study abroad program at the Sorbonne University in Paris, and it's one of the oldest universities in Europe. It was a really great experience. So I am actually married to a Frenchman, Romaric. We've been married for a little over 12 years, and his job right after we got married moved us to Michigan. So I did my graduate degree in education at Grand Valley State University, which is in Grand Rapids. We have two daughters, Victoria and Isabelle. It just so happens that they're also French speakers because we speak French at home, and I hope that they carry that on into adulthood. It's a neat skill to have. So in our class, we're going to be using TPRS, which stands for Teaching Proficiency Through Reading and Storytelling. So that means that we're not going to be memorizing long vocab lists and having really focused grammar lessons and stuff like that. Those are what you see in a traditional language class, and research has kind of shown that students who are especially starting a language tend to understand better if you learn things within a context. So we're going to learn our vocabulary in the context of stories. And when I say stories, I don't mean like long, drawn-out plot twists and stuff like that. These stories are very simple and designed in order to help beginning students learn a language. So we'll be doing those stories together, we'll be singing some songs, playing games, and hopefully you'll find it's a very enjoyable way to learn a language. For the online class, this is something that is new to me. I have taken online classes before, I have not taught one before. So this is going to probably change at least a little bit here and there. But the way I envision it right now is that I would like to have your entire week planned out and ready to go on Schoology on Monday. So you'll have at least 2 videos where I'm talking about content, and then you'll have assignments and activities to do throughout the week. On Wednesday, I don't know what this is going to look like because you might be inundated with other online teachers who are wanting to meet on Wednesday because that day tends to be pretty open, but it would be great if we could find a meeting time for us on Wednesdays. So we'll see if we can figure that out. I'll probably send out a Google form about that. Speaking of Google Forms, I will also send out a Google form because I would like to see if you would be available to meet with my virtual students. So I'm going to have Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday classes with my students from Lee Summit High School and Summit Lakes Middle School, where we're going to be online live, and it would be great if you could join us in those classes. Not required, but certainly a great idea, because then you'll have a little more live experience with me, and hopefully that will help with your learning. When we are in class, I say classroom, it's a virtual classroom, it's an online classroom, but that still is a classroom, so I need you to be listening. A lot of what you're going to be doing is pre-recorded. It's not going to necessarily be live with me, but I really need you to be listening because that is how we're going to learn at the beginning. It's input, it's listening, it's reading, as opposed to output, speaking and writing. You will be doing some speaking and writing, but it's mostly listening and reading for now at the beginning. Using your technology appropriately. I know that it is tempting when you're at home and on your computer to be on your phone, to be doing other things, but I really, again, need you to be focused and using technology for educational purposes while we are together, especially in a meeting, in a Google Meet. Also, wanted to quickly mention that Google Translate is not appropriate for a language class, so please refrain from using it. And also just keep a positive attitude. Again, this is kind of new territory for a lot of us, this online learning. So just try to be positive. We'll get through it. Embrace the silliness of the stories, and hopefully that will help you get through. First, for the class, you'll need your Chromebook, of course, and headphones would be great too, especially for our live meetings, just so that there is less distraction in the background and such. So headphones are a great addition. Having a pen or pencil, we are actually going to be doing some old school writing. Not everything is going to be typed. So you're going to need a composition notebook or a spiral bound notebook, either one's fine, where you keep our writing assignments, and you're going to be taking pictures of them and posting them. It really kind of helps with language retention to be writing physically as opposed to typing, which is why we're going to do it that way. Our grades, like I mentioned earlier, we're doing a lot of input in level 1. So listening and reading, those are what we're really focusing on. Output is less important at this level, but still important. You'll be doing some speaking, you'll be doing some writing. And then we're going to do some cultural exploration, talk about the countries in which French, is the language that's spoken, and hopefully learn a little bit about the wider world. Parents, if you are able to help your student at home, that would be wonderful. I know that a lot of you are probably not super well versed in French, and that's okay. You can still ask them what they've learned. You can ask them to recite a story for you or write it out. You can encourage them to attend those synchronous classes, the in-person classes, either with this actual group on Wednesday, if we can get that going, or with my other classes on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And then I will also be providing resources that students can use to see French written and listen to French at home. So encouraging them to use those resources would also be a great way to help. French is a wonderful language. It's spoken on 5 of the world's 7 continents as an official language. It is definitely a useful language to know, and just knowing any foreign language is great. More specifically for entrance into a lot of universities, having 2 years of a foreign language is a requirement. Sometimes when you're at a university and you're doing certain degree programs, there is also a foreign language requirement. So if you take foreign language in high school, then that's going to be easier to do when you get to college. If you go to the higher levels of French, for those students who are middle school now or who are freshmen or sophomores in high school, you can get college credit. You can be part of the IB program. You can be you can earn the seal of biliteracy, etc. So there are a lot of great opportunities that you have through our French program here in the district. And then that is basically it. If you have any questions, I am always available via email. And I will also have a lot more materials that will help with how the class is laid out, etc., available on Schoology very soon. So be watching for those. In the meantime, I look forward to hopefully seeing you on one of our synchronous Google Meets at some point. And if nothing else, getting to know you via our online engagements. So thank you so much, and au revoir.